Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
Very few vehicles develop a community of ownership like the Mazda Miata. But why? Well, maybe it's because Mazda's been building the Roadster for over 25 years and there's never been a bad one. Or maybe it's because the Mazda Miata's been universally praised since its inception as one of the most fun cars to drive for the money. If you're looking for fun, affordability, and reliability, come see our Mazda Miata selection today and experience for yourself why Miata is always the answer. At Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi gang, Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Hello and welcome as we start another week of the Clarence Bugs Show. Here's hoping all is well with you and yours in your little slice of South Louisiana heaven since the last opportunity we had to spend some time with you and yours. This weekend, I saw a couple of things that... You ever had a dog, a puppy, and you're trying to teach this pet a new trick, or you're telling your pet something you've never told them before. And dogs particularly, because I've never had a cat, I don't know. But dogs particularly will look at you and go, and you know they are totally confused, don't have a clue. This weekend, yet another glaring example of the fact that they think you're stupid. It has been 6 months now since that horrific train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. Joe Biden has yet to visit these folks. It is estimated $803 million will be needed for the recovery of that city. So this weekend, reporters asked Joe Biden, when are you going to go and visit East Palestine? His response, and I quote, "I haven't had the occasion to go to East Palestine. There's a lot going on here, and I just haven't been able to break away." Did I mention last month, Joe Biden flew directly over East Palestine, Ohio, en route to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to deliver a speech on how amazing his economic policies are working for America. Let me ask you, when you go to the grocery store, do you feel like Bidenomics is working in your favor? When you go to the gas station, energy prices across the board up 38%. Do you feel like Bidenomics is working for you as an American? I say again, y'all. Of course now, this blatant lie, I haven't had the occasion to go. There's a lot going on. I've been busy. Busy doing what? Vacationing? The man has been on vacation 40% of the time he's been in office. 40%, y'all. But he hasn't had the occasion to go and visit our fellow Americans dealing with a disaster. Of course, now, as ludicrous as that statement was and is, leave it to Karine Jean-Pierre to do her part to hold up the banner. I have been so fortunate in my professional life to have never had to work for a boss who's a habitual liar. When you work under a boss that lies to the public, lies to your fellow employees, lies to themselves, at some point you get uncomfortable with it. Either that or you start lying just like they do. So I guess it's not really that big a surprise. AOC, nut job, came out over the weekend and said immigration is the weakest issue for Democrats in the upcoming presidential election. So they asked White House spokesperson Karine Jean-Pierre if this was true. You know what this woman said with a straight face? Oh, no, that's not the case. Joe Biden, quote, has done more to secure our border than anybody else. So let me get this straight. Second, third day in office, first thing this clown does is to stop construction of the border wall. First freaking thing he did. But Joe Biden has done more to secure our border than anybody else. Then he takes all of the materials for the wall that you paid for and stacks it up in the desert to rot. But Joe Biden has done more to secure our border than anybody else. Then we find out last week he is selling the material that you paid for that's sitting in the desert like scrap metal for pennies on the dollar. But Joe Biden, according to Karine Jean-Pierre, has done more to secure our border than anybody. So if that's true, how then is it last month alone 300,000 people walked across the freaking border and set up shop in this country. The second month of a more than 30% increase in the number of people walking across our border illegally and setting up shop. But Joe Biden has done more to secure our border than anybody else. If that's true, how is it that we're on pace yet again to set another record for the number of our fellow Americans dying from an overdose of fentanyl? But Joe Biden has done more than anybody else to secure our border. You know, in hindsight, I guess we should expect something stupid to come out of that woman's mouth, because she was the same one. Remember, not long ago, Karine Jean-Pierre told the American people, well, fentanyl is at historic low levels in America. So if fentanyl is at historic low levels, how is it that we set a freaking record of over 107,000 of our fellow Americans dying from a freaking fentanyl overdose? But fentanyl is at historic low levels in America. Now, at some point, y'all, you're going to have to figure out, are these people this stupid? Or do these people think you're that stupid? This woman would get up with a straight face, y'all, and tell you what every freaking person in this country knows is a lie. Didn't bat an eye. Did it with a straight face. I guess there is something to be said about the more you do something, the better you get at it. This woman and this administration, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Karine Jean-Pierre, and the list goes on and on. This group of folk have been lying to the American people so much for so long, I'm starting to think even they believe the lies. You know, there was a time in this country, y'all, where if you found yourself in a situation where you had to lie, you felt miserable about it because your parents didn't raise you like that. But these folks, these folks will look you right in your eye and lie to you as easily as anything. Well, Joe Biden has done more to secure our border than anybody else. And I hadn't had time to go and visit the people in East Palestine, Ohio, even though I've been on vacation 40% of the time since I took office. You see the results of bad decisions when you go to vote? We tried to tell you. God knows we did. And y'all took time to call us every ugly freaking name in the book. Here's a question. How's that working out for you? You know, on any given day, I wouldn't care that you made a stupid decision by electing this man, even though we tried to tell you. On any other time, I'd say, you know what? The heck with you. You get what you deserve. But this is my country we're talking about. This is the future of our republic that we're talking about. So hopefully, the next time you get to go in that most sacred of places, the voting booth, you won't make such a stupid decision the next time around. Then again, a lot of y'all are Democrats. Read into that what you will. First break of today's show. When we come back, second segment, Tuesday show, time for another illustrious edition of Now That's Just Stupid. That's next when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Get huge savings all summer long with the Buy Here, Sell Here program at the Team Automotive Group. Sell your vehicle to us and we'll pay you top value. Or buy here and get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get Team VIP service at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Lee Serio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Lee Serio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Lee Serio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. If you're new to the show, you may not be aware that we have instituted a new segment in direct response to the ever-growing level of stupidity in this country. Now, we're not talking your regular, everyday STUPID. As the graphic on the screen shows you, the level of stupid we're talking about here requires a brand new word with its own spelling. Hence, STOOPID, as in, now that's just stupid. We start, surprise, surprise, in the granola state of California. Clarence, why you call it the granola state? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. If you take out the fruits and the flakes, all you have left are the nuts. Granola. Y'all will get that later. There is a children's hospital that is under the auspices of the University of California at San Francisco. It's not bad enough that it's the University of California, but the University of California, San Francisco. So you know how left this is getting ready to go, right? This woman is the director of the Children's Hospital and a professor at the University of California, San Francisco's School of Medicine. She came out this week and informed us that actually there are unlimited genders among human beings. She went on to say that you can't make this stuff up. I'm in hindsight, I'm not going to insult you by telling you all the crap that this woman said, except for one. She said there's something called a Tootsie Roll Pop gender. And this woman is in charge at a children's hospital. God forbid your child should come up with some disease or malady, and your doctor says, well, I recommend that you take your child to see a specialist at the University of California, San Francisco Children's Hospital. Number one, find you another doctor. Number two, run like hell. Take out the fruits and the flakes, and all you have left is stupid. Secondly, this has got to be a first for me. I saw this over the weekend, and it literally left me scratching my head. Birmingham, Alabama. There's a restaurant / nightclub there. And of course, the weekend, college football season, lots of folk turn out at this restaurant / nightclub. A shooting breaks out. 5 people wounded. So the owner calls emergency responders. 2 of the women are fairly significantly hurt. 2 women shot, 3 men. So they put the 2 women in a car and transport them to the hospital. As they are getting out of the car to go in to the emergency department, car pulls up and opens fire, killing both women. You heard me right. Who in God's name does that? You open fire on a crowd of people in a restaurant / nightclub, and then follow them to the hospital and shoot them as they walk in. Now, this is one of those instances where it should not matter to you whether you are staunch gun control or staunch First Amendment. It shouldn't matter to you. We should all be able to come together around the fact that when they find the individuals responsible for this, swift justice is the only recourse. You've heard me say before that in some instances, we need to go back to Wild West justice. Back in the day, horse thieves, cattle rustlers, back shooters, and women killers. The trial was held, and if you were convicted, the judge would announce, so-and-so, insert name here, you have been found guilty of murder. Sentence is death by hanging, to be carried out tomorrow morning at sunrise. May God have mercy on your miserable soul. That's what we used to do. Now, a clown like these two fools that followed the woman to the hospital, women to the hospital, and shot the both of them dead, once caught, will probably sit on death row for, 25 years before sentence is carried out. Say what you will about our justice system and its shortcomings, but if these clowns thought for 1 minute that if I do this and I get caught, they're going to give me the real Cajun injection, and it ain't going to take long. Sorry, English teachers, I didn't give you all the heads up that that one was coming. Please forgive me. Finally, y'all might remember last year, the state of Oregon, left coast, not far from the granola state, decided that in an effort to help our society, we're proposing that we will decriminalize all illegal drug usage. We get caught shooting up heroin, we give you a ticket. Get caught using crystal meth, just give you a ticket. Get caught using fentanyl, selling it, we just give you a ticket. It went before the voters. 58% of Oregonians, the voters in that state, said, yeah, that's a good idea. It's a year later, y'all. And guess what 56% of Oregonians now say which law needs to be changed? You actually had to go through this to figure out this crap was a bad idea? I mean, legalize heroin, legalize methamphetamines, legalize opioids, legalize fentanyl. What could possibly go wrong? STOOPID. Stupid. Are you kidding me? Walk up and down the street in Portland and tell me what you see. If you make it back to tell me what you saw. Crime through the roof. Overdoses, folks dropping like flies. And they actually voted for this. This was not some instance of a bunch of liberal Democrat politicians using executive privilege to sign something in the law. They let these clowns vote on this. And they said, well, yeah, that's a good idea. Vote yes. 1 year, y'all. And they're now saying, this might have been a bad idea. I guess there's something to be said about us saying California equals stupid. And then Oregon says, hold my beer. Watch this. You cannot make this stuff up, y'all. But such is the world and the country in which we now live. Bottom of the hour break. When we come back, this weekend, I had an epiphany, y'all. And it centers around what is arguably the biggest money grab in the history of this planet. We talk about that when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Buggs Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Get yourself summer ready with the award-winning lineup of Hondas at Team Honda. We'll help you find just the right vehicle to hit the road to whatever destination awaits you. Come shop the most awarded brand in Car and Driver's 10 Best history at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Segan Lane.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
It's time to go where summer leads you during this season of discovery at Team Mazda. Transcend ordinary in the Mazda CX-5 or experience the next level of luxury in the all-new Mazda CX-90. Come by today and discover Mazda at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. You know, it's not all that common for yours truly to hear something from Joe Biden, and I end up having an epiphany when I look at what he said and what surrounds it. If you are one of those that is buying into the climate change lie, God bless you. Or as we say in Louisiana, bless your little old heart. It is part in the military, what they call SOP, Standard Operating Procedure, for the left to create a problem, come up with the so-called solution to the problem, and the solution is 10 times worse than the problem. Joe Biden over the weekend said that the fire in Hawaii and the hurricane that made landfall, Idalia, in Florida are rock solid proof of climate change. If you listen to the liberals among us, when they start talking about climate change, inevitably they're all about getting you to drive an electric car to, quote, save the planet. We got to save the planet. It's for the children. You know the spiel all the time. And again, in typical liberal fashion, when they tell you there's a problem, climate change, we got to save the planet, their solution always ends up being the dumbest freaking thing you've ever heard of in your life. And on top of that, it's a money grab. Remember when Donald Trump was in office? We were completely energy independent. We had enough gas and oil to where we didn't have to buy any of that from any country that hated us. Matter of fact, we had so much oil and gas, we were selling it to other countries and making a profit. And look at us now. Here's something to consider. Since Joe Biden brought it up about Hawaii and Florida with the hurricane, imagine how much worse it would have been in Hawaii if there were thousands of electric cars there when everything caught on fire. Imagine how bad it would be in Florida right now after that hurricane came ashore with the tidal surge and the salt water, if there were millions of electric vehicles on the road. You do realize, do you not, that when an electric vehicle gets flooded, particularly with salt water, it becomes a ticking time bomb. Any day, any hour, any minute, that puppy might spontaneously combust. Oh, and did I mention firefighters, experts tell us if you have a gasoline-powered car and it catches on fire, typically it takes about 500 gallons of water to put it out. An electric car takes 5,000 gallons to put it out, one car. Here's what they're hoping you don't know. There's a thing called rare earth minerals. That's what's used to make the batteries for electric cars. There's a reason they call them rare earth minerals. Because of what it takes to mine them, because they're toxic, they're poisonous to humans. And these folk want to make everything electric. Cars, trucks, tractors, lawnmowers, chainsaws, power drills, power saws, weed eaters, blowers, all of these things they want to make electric. Do you have any idea how many millions of tons of rare earth minerals are going to be needed to power all of these devices? It is estimated if you buy an electric vehicle, because I want to save the planet, it is estimated when you take delivery of that electric vehicle, brand new, when they put the keys in your hands, you will have to drive that car for 10 years just to offset the pollution that was caused by building the darn thing. You got to mine the minerals, you got to transport all of this stuff. You got to drive that car for 10 years before you even begin to break even on the environmental damage that's been done just to build the car. Here's something else. Where's all this extra electricity going to come from? In the summer, we see all across the country rolling brownouts and blackouts because we don't have the infrastructure to provide the additional electricity for air conditioning in the summer and heat in the winter. Where's all this extra electricity going to come from? And of course, the liberals will tell you, well, we're going to use solar and wind. Okay? So let me get this straight. you're going to mine even more rare earth minerals in massive facilities to power cars that have the same problem with rare earth minerals. And when they reach the end of their useful life, I'm supposed to believe you have a plan to dispose of all of this toxic, poisonous material that you forced down my throat to save the planet. Of course, you've probably heard by now that solar and wind, particularly wind, both offshore and onshore, is killing wildlife like nobody's business. Dolphins, whales in the ocean, eagles, bats, birds on land. I would be more respectful of them if they simply said what it is. We got to rape the planet to save the planet. Then there's this. Road and bridge construction and repair. You do realize how roads and bridges in this country are built, right? There's a thing called the gasoline tax. Every gallon of gas you buy, a percentage goes to the city, a percentage goes to the state, and a percentage goes to the federal government. That's how they build and repair the roads and bridges that we drive on. You're not using gas anymore. You're driving an electric car. So where's all this money going to come from to build new roads and bridges and repair the existing ones? You already know where it's coming from. Not only are they going to charge you for the electricity to charge your car, but they're also going to have to tax you for every single mile that you drive. How else are they going to get the money back, y'all? Oh, and did I mention electric vehicles typically weigh twice as much as a gasoline-powered car, which means they are going to wear out existing roads twice as fast. And when it's time to repair them or build new ones, since the cars are twice as heavy as the cars we're driving now, you're going to need twice as much concrete, twice as much asphalt, twice as much rebar, and the prices are going to go through the roof. But they're hoping you won't figure that out. Because after all, we got to save the planet. Then there's this. We are setting ourselves up for an ecological disaster of untold proportions. All of these rare earth minerals that they're using to build electric everything, they are toxic. They're poisonous to human beings. And when these batteries fail, as all batteries do, we are then going to have untold millions of tons of toxic chemicals that need to be disposed of. Well, what the hell? We raped the planet to dig it up. We can rape the planet again by sticking it back in the ground. They are hoping that you won't figure this out. You know, living in Louisiana, in the middle of Hurricane Alley, this is personal for me, y'all, because I'm envisioning a hurricane bearing down on the Bayou State, and here are thousands of electric cars stuck on the side of the road because they can't get to a charging station. Now they're flooded. And in the middle of a freaking evacuation, we have thousands of vehicles on fire on the highway stopping people from evacuating. But at least we gonna save the planet. Listen, y'all. I understand the penchant out there for people that want more efficient energy. I get it. But this ain't it, y'all. This ain't it. This is in no way, shape, or form about saving the planet. This is a money grab, pure and simple. Pure and simple. It's a freaking money grab. But how many times do I have to tell y'all? These folks, liberals, Democrats, progressives, these people want to control every freaking aspect of your life. What you can eat, what you can't eat. What you can drink, what you can't drink. What you can drive, what you can't drive. Where you can live, where you can't live. What kind of ceiling fan you can use. What kind of oven you can use. They want to control every freaking aspect of your life. Not if I have anything to say about it. And it needs to be said. And y'all know your buddy Clarence. If something needs to be said, I'll say it. Yes, sir. I got too much invested in this, y'all. My people spent years and years and years and years, people that look like me, not having rights, freedoms, and liberties that everybody else in this country enjoyed. Now that we have them, if you got kids in the room, hit the mute button for 5 seconds in 3, 2, 1. I'll be damned if I'm going to watch it go by the wayside without a fight. I got too much at stake here, y'all, to sit here with a platform and keep my mouth shut. I wasn't raised like that. Final break of today's show. We'll get her done, come back, put that big old pretty bow on this puppy, and we wrap up the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close. Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Lee Serio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Lee Serio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Lee Serio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Treads & Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads & Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads & Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreysstoneCountryClub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. Beer and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats. Ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs. 20 flavors of sausage for the grill. Daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good. but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With private healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back to the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. I want to cover some Louisiana news before we are done with our time with you today. I was hoping desperately that we would make it through, particularly the high school football season, without any deadly shootings in the state that I love this year. We didn't make it past week 1 before there's a murder at a high school football game. What is a very steeped rivalry, Port Allen and Bruley High, was marred, ruined by a deadly shooting that left 16-year-old Kobe Queen dead and 28-year-old, forgive me if I mispronounce your name, Mr. Davis, Brazia Davis, Brasia Davis. An 18-year-old has now been arrested and charged with second-degree murder and attempted second-degree murder. The West Baton Rouge school system issued a statement in which they extended condolences, said how unacceptable this is, how they are planning to increase security in the future. But there's something in the statement that struck me. The statement from the West Baton Rouge Parish school system, and I'll paraphrase since I can't find here we go, the exact quote. Quote, "We have ongoing programs in our schools that teach students ways to resolve disputes with their peers." While there is a part of me that applauds the school system for this, being an old fella, a baby boomer, raised by some very decent parents, I don't think this is a school problem. This is a home problem. You can sit those kids down for an hour every single day and teach them this is how you get around conflicts with your peers. But if and when they leave that school and return home, and that message is not soundly and strictly enforced at home, you are just wasting an hour of their time every day. This was a manifestation of problems at home. This is not because well, they didn't do a good enough job in the schools teaching kids not to shoot each other. That comes from home. Pure and simple. Pure and simple, y'all. Now, I get it. For a lot of y'all, it's easy and it's convenient to blame somebody or something else. But the fact of the matter is, this comes from the community, y'all. And quite frankly, we have done nowhere near a good enough job of letting our young people know that this is not acceptable and we're not going to stand for it. God forbid, I think back to my late father, had the principal called the Buggs household and said, yeah, I'd like to speak to Sergeant Buggs, please. This is he. Sergeant Buggs, this is Principal so-and-so. We had to send Clarence home today because we caught him with a knife, God forbid with a gun. My father probably would have thanked the principal for what he did. He would then thank him for the follow-up call to inform him what he did. And before hanging up the phone, my father probably would have informed the principal, he won't be coming back. Well, no, you don't have to transfer him. No, I'm going to kill him. It's not that he's transferring. I'm going to beat the living, wait, Hazel, my late mother's name, where's Clarence? This is something that stems from home, y'all. And the sooner we decide as responsible adults to stand up for what it is, the better off our society and our children are going to be. My time's up, y'all. And I gotta go. But you already know the drill. Guys, girls, this day, maybe more so than any other day in history, I give it to you. You are 100% correct. America, we are not perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's the best there is, and God knows there is no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you know he loves you, and you know I do too. Best news is, there ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. We'll see you soon. Love you much. God bless. Appreciate you, brother.